And we're back 92.7 FM K Frank, also known as The Edge, where we give you the latest music about chat rooms on the internet. Yeah, we got to keep it real. We got to keep it fresh. We got to keep everything copacetic. So, way I see it, DJ Frankie's got to play you the latest and greatest in Frankie from Flatbush music. So, that being the case, let's take a listen to the latest hit song in the catalog, shall we?
Place you need to know. Phil drops wisdom like a pro. Harlan keeps the banter flow. Sluggo's wit will make you grin. Jimmy Jets just dives right in. Frankie's world is where we roam. Flatbush feels like second. Place you need to know. Phil drops wisdom like a pro. Harlan keeps the banter flow. Sluggo's wit will make you grin. Jimmy Jets just dives right in. Frankie's world is where we roam. Flatbush feels like second home. The place you need to know. So Doc keeps it cool and true. Todd brings kindness fresh and new. Infrared jets fly so high, catching dreams across the sky. The chat room shines a funny scene. A team of legends on your screen. Frankie curates joy and flair. A YouTube haven not compared. The chat room shines a funny scene. A team of legends on your screen. Frankie curates joy and flair. A YouTube haven, none compare.
All right, there you go. Frankie's Chat is the Best is the name of the tune. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you can hear and see me okay. Let me know if you can hear that musical excursion. Phil Adams is in the chat. Let me know if you can hear the bell. Let me know, Phil. It is Tuesday, Newsday, and we're going to get into the news, but first we had to do a little music. Then we're going to do a little news. Soon we'll have enough tracks to release an album. Yeah, the Frankie from Flatbush debut album. And I hope you guys appreciated that one. Threw in some of your names into the track. Hope you enjoyed it. Phil, let me know if you can hear the bell so I can know if I should keep hitting it or not. That'd be nice to know. Yeah, we can keep building the tracks up. I mean, why not? Let's do a whole album. Then we could put out the album and sell it and all be rich. Audio visual bell, all 100% per Phil Adams. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. The first thing on the docket is breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. As of 16 minutes ago, Calais Campbell has signed with The Arizona Cardinals. Now, this affects us because he's now out of the AFC East. This guy is a beast. He's 38 years old. He's still an effective player, which is amazing. But, last year he was on the Dolphins, and, he's tough to play against. So we want him, if he's going to keep playing, we want him as far away from us as possible. And the Arizona Cardinals is about as far away as possible from the New York Jets. So the Dolphins not able to re-sign him. They were very interested in doing so, but only at a certain price. And so the Arizona Cardinals gave him a better deal, 1 year deal, 5.5 million with a max value of 7.5 mil per source. Tom Pelissero says. So there you go. That's the breaking news. It does have an effect on the Jets in that it gets a really good defender, tall, strong. He even plays on special teams and blocks kicks sometimes. This guy was a menace and still is a menace. But we don't got to worry about him anymore. He's going out to the NFC West to play with little Kyler. So you got little Kyler, big Calais out there in the desert. So good for you. Also, and good for us, really. Also, Justin Hardy. Justin Hardy re signed with the Tennessee Titans. So, year 9 for Mr. Hardy. He's carved out himself quite a career for a guy who cannot play on offense or defense, special teams only. And he's been an ace special teamer wherever he goes. So, Justin Hardy signs a deal with the Tennessee Titans. So good for Mr. Hardy. He's a great dude, has multiple master's degrees actually, and actually has multiple businesses. So good for Justin Hardy. That's the initial news. That was the late breaking news as we came on the air. All right. So let's see what we've got on the docket today. We have a lot to discuss. We actually do. Let's take a look here. This is the old docket. We got a docket, everybody. We got a docket. NFL rules. So a lot of rules stuff was going on today. The tush push and everything else. Basically, the overview is overtime rule passed, meaning both teams must get one possession. Tampering period rules passed with modifications. This means that you can talk to the players that you want to sign. You don't have to only talk to their agents. You can talk to them in the tampering period, only up to 5, but you can only do so with 5 players. The playoff reseeding suggestion was tabled. Kickoff tweaks were passed, so touchbacks will now go to the 35-yard line. So there'll be much, much fewer touchbacks going forward with this rule. Replay assist was passed, so there'll be so the replay assist will be able to help pick up a flag that was thrown. It will not be able to throw a flag that was not thrown. The defensive holding first down change in the rule, meaning defensive holding would not result in a first down. That was rejected. And in fact, 2 of the teams, and I think maybe the only 2 that voted for it, were the Detroit Lions and the New York Jets. Basically, the Aaron Glenn special there. The tush push, which was the thing that everybody was talking about, was tabled for future discussion. And as I've been discussing the last few days, now the commissioner of the Football League, Roger Goodell, and some of the information that we're getting that was discussed about the tush push, the Green Bay Packers, in fact, said, well, as it became clear that it wasn't going to pass in the language that they had submitted, they said, what if we just go back to the old rule where you can't push anybody or carry anyone or anything like that or assist the ball carrier in any way, shape, or form? And this is what I said it should be. I've been telling you guys about that for a while, and now you're seeing the commissioner talk about it. You're seeing the Packers and other teams talk about it. That's the way they should go about it. We should not have a football league where you can assist the ball carrier in any way, shape, or form. Pull, yank, push, carry. That's not football. Sorry. So that's what's going on there. Let's just go through some of this here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Replay. The league rejected a proposal by the Lions. Uh, Steelers were the ones who proposed the contact with free agents. The NFL approved bylaw proposals to permit clubs to designate 2 players for return at the roster reduction to 53 players. To permit clubs participating in the postseason to receive 2 additional DFRs, increasing the maximum from 8 to 10, and to insert point differential as the third tiebreaker for awarding contracts. I don't know. There hasn't been much discussion about this one. Oh, and K-balls. The league approved a resolution to permit clubs to prepare kicking footballs, K-balls. Did you know that there were K-balls going on? We got kicking balls, the kick balls, similar to the process permitted for game footballs, and permit clubs that may qualify for the postseason to obtain scouting credentials for 2 consecutive games played by a potential postseason opponent. So a lot of little tweaks around the rules going on right now. And that's what we got as far as the rules update. Now, did you know the Chainbot 3000 will go into effect in 2025? We will have the Chainbot 3000 in 2025. Now, that's not what they call it. That's what I call it. The old Chainbot 3000 right here. They call it the Sony Hawkeye electronic system or something of that nature. And but it's essentially replacing the chain gang. So that's a good thing. The chain gang will still be there as a backup system, but obviously the NFL tested this out and they tried it last year and didn't pass muster. So they must have made improvements, tweaks, and now it's ready to go. So I'll be actually very interested to see how this actually works. Maybe it'll speed up the game. Maybe it'll be much better and faster. You don't have to wait for these old guys carrying a bunch of chains on the sidelines. And maybe it'll be much more accurate and maybe solve some of the problems that you have with spotting the ball. And is it a first down? And is it not? And do we need a credit card to pass through the thing? You know. So we'll have to see about that. But that will be implemented in 2025, according to the league. Ding. Now, in case you missed it, there will be a Christmas triple header this year. Now, Christmas Day triple header. Christmas Day this year falls on Thursday, and there will be 2 games on Netflix, 1 game on Amazon. Thursday night game will be on Amazon since it's a Thursday. They already have the Thursday games, so they'll keep that. But now there's going to be 2 Netflix games on Christmas Day and then 1 on Amazon. So that's kind of interesting. Now, Zach Rosenblatt, moving on to the next topic right here. Zach Rosenblatt, Flight Plan Podcast. I put this out to the Inner Circle members this morning, but some things that he's talking about, he's down at the owners' meetings, of course, and getting all the information from AG and Muji and all, and everybody who's, they all schmooze when they get down and schmoozing and boozing. And it will be interesting to see how much Justin Fields really passes in this offense. I was thinking that it's going to be pretty run heavy, but AG did mention a number of times that Justin Fields is going to get to, quote, play quarterback, which implies, not just running, but of course passing. And so we'll see about that. Now, the media is picking up on this move in silence thing. And you don't win in the off season. Some are saying it's good. People like Dick Chimney are very upset that maybe he's not going to get as much information as he's used to. But the Jets were never going to be shopping at the top of the market in this year's market, and This is really AG's team. The Jets are all in on AG being able to get the most out of the players, develop them. Um, an example, Brandon Stevens. They really think he can really be something with the right kind of coaching. So we'll have to see. Of course, he took a shot at Woody, calling the NFLPA report bogus. Um, but I thought it was pretty uh, spot on for Woody to say what he said. And because the report was kind of shocking. It was sort of like, what? Why can't we give them the best food? Why can't we give them better facilities? And Woody was saying, we do give them the best food. It's the best food you could possibly buy. And so some people were giving us unfair grades. He thought they probably asked all the disgruntled people about it, and that's how they got it. Alan Lazard may actually stick around if he takes a pay cut. Uh, as far as Rosenblatt is concerned, he thinks Josh Reynolds is the favorite to be wide receiver 2 as of now. So we'll have to see. AG raved about his blocking and that he's reliable. I think I'm going to have to call Josh Reynolds Slim Sticky because I'm never going to remember his name. It's too common. We need a nickname for Josh Reynolds. I think Slim Sticky would be a good name for him. Rosenblatt thinks we will draft a wide receiver pretty high. That'll be interesting to see. I could see it going either way. We have so many needs. Do we really want to take a wide receiver that high up in the draft when, how often are we really going to be throwing the ball in this offense would be something to think about. Contract extensions for the young stars. Ultimately, Wilson and Sauce will get signed, probably in the range of 25 to 30 per. Um, and then he talked about Aaron Rodgers, and that continues to be a talking point until it isn't, until Rodgers actually signs somewhere. So that's the Flight Plan podcast. Let's do a quick UCF athletics update. This is what's going on this week around UCF. Men's basketball is playing Oregon State at 5:30 p.m. as of right now in the Crown, which is a competitor to the NIT. So if you want to watch that, FS1 is where to go. UCF versus Oregon State. Baseball is playing Stetson University at 6 p.m. tonight, right here in Orlando. That's going to be on ESPN Plus. The tennis, we got some tennis going on. Men's tennis versus the Baylor Bears, 6 p.m. on Thursday. And then on Friday, the women's rowing team will be going to the Rocky Top Invitational in Tennessee to play in the Rocky Top Invitational. So that's that. As far as baseball, no scores as of yet. But the Yankees are at home. They're playing the Arizona Diamond Snakes, as you can see up here at top. And they're 2-2. Yankees 3-0. Let's see here. The Mets are playing the Marlins. The Mets are 2-2. Miami Marlins 3-2. So all these couple of games are starting to warm up, starting to get going. But that's where we are on that. All right. So that covers most of the items on the docket for right now. The only other thing is that a lot of people are talking about Kirk Cousins getting traded. Kirk Cousins said he's not waiving his no trade clause until after the draft. And that, if you think about it, kind of screws the Falcons. He feels they screwed up him. He's going to screw them back. Because, of course, the Falcons won't receive draft compensation for this year's draft if they do trade him. And so, it was interesting that the owner of the Falcons, Arthur Blank, met with Kirk Cousins and said he wound up with 5 pages of notes from that meeting and then handed them over to the football operations people. And I said, well, if you write in very large font, it can take up to 5 pages to write the words, he wants to be traded. Bing. All right, so that's all I got on the docket. Let me know if you got anything going on. Otherwise, we can cut it short, cut it early, get on with our lives. Let me know what you got going on in the chat, if anything. Otherwise, we'll just cut it early. Tuesday News Day. It's 95 degrees down here in Florida, so it's a hot one. We all probably need to take a little water break once in a while. All right, chat room being quiet today. All right.